What up, your Timmy here. Now, 2022 was an interesting year for animation. And I do love anime movies, and 2022 had some really solid anime films. So here are my official top 10 favorite anime movies of 2022. All right, coming in at number 10, I'm of course going with DC League of Super Pets. Now, I probably could have had this a little higher, but I enjoyed some of my nine a little bit more. But DC League of Super Pets, with Dwayne Johnson as Crypto, Kevin Hart as Ace the Bloodhound, was much better than I had any intention of being. I had a fun time with this. I thought the voice talents was really decent. It was cute, charming. I had really like the animation was decent. Great voice talent. Keanu Reeves as Batman. Come on. John Krasinski was great. Lots of really cool DC references, and all. I just had a fun time with this one, and made one of the best DC anime movies in recent years. So there's that too. All right, number nine is the Netflix movie The Sea Beast. Now this was much better than I had any intention of being. I thought the animation style was decent. The voice talents by Carl Urban. You had some other cool voices in this, was really good too. Um, I actually was able to. This is a Netflix movie, but I was able to watch it in theaters back in June. It was a really decent watch. You know, it was entertaining. Of course, this is actually from the same director. The film is actually from the same director who actually directed Disney movies like he, it was who of course gave it was directed by Chris Williams, who co-directed movies like Moana. He also co-directed movies like Boat. He's done some really cool like Disney films, and this was like his first foray into the Netflix world. So I know he did a good job with this one. All right, number eight, I'm gonna go with The Bad Guys. Now, yeah, The Bad Guys was excellent. I mean, the voice talents by Sam Rockwell, the voice talents by the likes of Anthony Ramos, uh, Craig Robinson, Mark Maron. I just thought the voices was awesome. It was such a really fun one. I mean, Mark Maron is also Lex Luthor in DC League of Super Pets, so he's actually in this list twice. But yeah, this was an excellent film with great, vocal performances based on a book. DreamWorks Animation, of course, did a great job with this. So yeah, nice year for DreamWorks Animation. So there's that. All right. Number seven, I'm of course going with Henry Selick's Wendell and Wild. Wendell Wild, I I don't know. This was really awesome. Definitely not as good as Henry Selick's other films like Nightmare Before Christmas or Coraline, but it was a really cool watch. Hearing both Key and Peele voicing these characters, I thought was really cool to see. You know, uh, the other vocal performances by Ving Rhames, Angela Bassett, I thought was great. It's a really terrific film worth checking out. It's very creepy. Definitely, it's more on the adult side more than for the kids, but I think there will be kids who will actually enjoy this. So I was actually able to watch this movie in theaters as well. So really decent flick. All right, number six, I'm gonna go with Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe. Of course, for Paramount Plus, I had a fun time with this one. I mean, seeing these bumbling idiots once again back on screen was cool. Of course, their first movie since Beavis and Butthead Do America, I just thought was excellent. It's a really awesome film, in my opinion. Really fun. Very. It's not as raunchy as you expect because Beavis and Butthead aren't as raunchy as you think. Like they aren't as raunchy as, let's say, South Park or even Family Guy or anything like that, or even Big Mouth. But it did get pretty raunchy at times. But yeah, I mean, it shows that Mike Judge still has it with the doing these bumbling idiots perfectly, and this shows that. All right, number five. I'm actually Yeah, number five. I'm actually gonna go with My Father's Dragon. Now, of course, I was able to watch this one of theirs as well. My Father's Dragon is excellent. Based on a classic novel. Of course, directed by the director of The Breadwinner, Nora Towie, who I actually saw in person at a Q&A when I saw this film. Of course, voice talent that includes Jacob Tremblay, Gator Matarazzo. Uh, who else? You also had Lathan Meester was also in this. Adam Brody, Ian McShane. The list goes on and on. It has one of the best voice talents Maybe one of the best voice talents I've seen in an anime film this year. Matter of fact, but the animation was great. Once again, Netflix is killing it in the animation sphere. With Mitchell versus the Machines. Now with this, I mean, talk about a cool year for Netflix when it comes to animation. All right, number four, I'm gonna go with Apollo 10 and a half, A Space Age Adventure. Of course, directed by Richard Linklater. Going back to his picturesque animation that he did with stuff like Waking Life, Scanner Darkly. You had some cool voice talents in this, like Zachary Levi's in this, Glenn Powell, Jack Black was also in this. Some really decent voices. Really showcase, like, of course, taking place at the height of the moon landing in the 1960s. I just think this was a really excellent film worth checking out. Sadly, it's not really getting much recognition, which is disappointing because this is a really excellent film. So definitely give this one a go if you guys haven't seen it. All right, number three, I just saw this one, and that is Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. I mean, of course, this was actually the last movie I saw in 2022, and it's an excellent watch. I adore this movie a lot. It was really cute. It was so amazing. I mean, Antonio Banderas, Salma Hayek was great. I just adore this film a lot, and after seeing this, I want to see more films in the Shrek universe. So there's that. Number two, I'm gonna go with Turning Red. Now, Turning Red, of course, want to pick. Like, I would have added Lightyear on this list, by the way, but I enjoyed Lightyear, just didn't enjoy it as much as these. But Turning Red, I adored. The animation was great. The voice sounds by Sandra Oh was really cool. The girl from Never Have I Ever was also one of the voices in this. Yeah, I just really adore this film a lot. It's a really decent watch, great animation style. The pandas scenes are pretty fun to watch. I mean, it's a really cool one. Great music too, so really decent one. And my number one favorite anime movie of the year, I just saw it, and that is Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. The only film in this list that's actually in my top 10 list. Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio is excellent. Great music there. Definitely, I'm predicting this is going to be the Netflix movie to win Best Anime Feature at the Oscars. I'm 100% certain there. It's more dark than you expect. Guillermo del Toro crushed it here. I really adored it a lot. So if you guys have not seen Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, it is on. It's actually on Netflix now. Do yourself a favor, go watch it. You won't be disappointed. And yeah, I really adored it a lot. But that's pretty much it there. Let me leave. Let me do a quick rundown. 10, DC League of Super Pets. 9, the Seabees. 8, the Bad Guys. 7, When the Wild. 6, Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe. 5, 5 is My Father's Dragon. 4, Apollo 10 and a half, A Space Age Adventure. 3, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. 2, Turning Red. And number 1, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. Now, there's other ones I probably could have added too. Oh, let me see what else. Um, there's of course Night at the Museum, which I actually just saw. That wasn't so bad. Diary Wimpy Kid, Roger Rules was decent enough. Let's see, anime movies 2022. All right, Lightyear. I actually didn't mind Lightyear, but it just wasn't my favorite there. Let's see, Luck was actually not so bad. And no, I did not add. Oh, Strange World was okay. And because they're live action, lots of people are gonna be like, "Where's Chippendale?" I'm not counting that because that's technically live action. I'm only adding like straight up animation, so that's kind of why Chippendale is not on my list. Just like how, I did not add this Chanson in my list because that's technically not animated. So take that for granted. Salt. Uh, um, But let me let you guys. What were some of your favorite anime movies of the year? Oh, and top of Bob's Burger, I probably could have added two. Maybe the South Park specials. I felt like they're more specials. Not that's kind of why they're not like. Of course, they do those South Park specials this year. I did not really add those because technically they were actually they're not specials. They were actually they were not movies. They were actually specials. So that's kind of why the South Park films are not in this list. But let me let you guys. What were some of your favorite anime movies of 2022? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Samuel signing out.